with live breaking news.
Several major brush fires burning right now, and more are breaking out. Firefighters are racing to save homes as Santa Ana winds continue to blow. Good evening, I'm Mark Brown.
I'm Michelle Tuzzi. Here's the latest on the fires tonight. The Thomas Fire has burned 96,000 acres. It is just 5% contained. It has destroyed at least 150 buildings. 88,000 people are evacuated.
The Creek Fires burned 12,605 acres. It's 10% contained. It has destroyed or damaged 30 buildings, and most evacuation orders have been lifted, except for Limekiln Canyon, which is closed from Pacoima Canyon Road to Maclay Street. The Riverwood community, E.B. Canyon, and Doan Canyon are open to residents only. And the Shadow Hills area north of Sunland Boulevard is open to residents only.
Meanwhile, the Skirball Fire has burned 475 acres. It is now 20% contained. Some evacuation orders will be lifted at 8 o'clock tonight. And the Rye Fire has burned 7,000 acres. It is 15% contained. And the new fire breaking out today, the Liberty Fire in Murrieta, has burned 300 acres. One home has burned. It is 5% contained. Our JT Alpaw live in Air 7 HD now over the Thomas Fire. JT, what are you seeing?
Michelle, we're showing you an area bedded up in the hills between West Fillmore and East Santa Paula. This is a very large canyon in the Los Padres National Fire that is burning. You can see it right near Santa Paula Creek. Residents down here are extremely concerned because you can see the fire burning, and they're concerned about the embers in those smoke clouds being embedded and going downrange and downwind in the neighborhoods. Right now, the wind sustained up here at about 20-25 miles an hour, which really isn't too bad, not too gusty, but they're expecting that to pick up here shortly, and that's what residents are concerned with. We're going to keep an eye on this fire throughout the afternoon and evening and keep you updated. Reporting live from Air 7 HD over Fillmore, JT Alpaw, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right.
An Orange County fire helicopter makes a water drop on a fast-moving brush fire in Huntington Beach. Ground crews worked quickly to get water on the wind-driven blaze.
It started on the hill behind us and ran up the hill swiftly because of the wind helping it get that direction and, of course, the slope, and threatened immediately the shopping center behind there.
Flames made it to the roof of a bank and the La Petite Academy, a preschool. As the fire raced up the hill, students and staff evacuated to a neighboring office.
It was so fast moving when he told me that before they knew it, the flames were coming in at the school. So
the school and the bank were damaged, but no one was injured. The winds gave residents a scare because embers were being blown towards homes across the street.
When you see and hear about the big fires, it really hits home that you could be one of those homes.
In Anaheim, firefighters put out a commercial building fire while making sure embers didn't fly. The department's staffed up for the critical fire danger.
Our Type 3s, our Type 6s, our Type 1s, our trucks, everything is ready to roll should we need it.
After quick work from firefighters at both spots, those affected are grateful the damage was not worse.
that's the main thing, because with this wind, it could have been a lot different. A lot different.
Now, even though there are no active fires down here right now, fire crews throughout Orange County are staffed up and prepared, like you heard. I received lots of calls about the historic Newland houses, which is just a little ways away from us. We're happy to report there was no damage to that historic building tonight. Reporting live in Huntington Beach, Greg Lee, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. So what caused all these fires? Well, investigators say they are looking into that, but was any of this preventable? Eyewitness News reporter Adrian Alpert asked Mayor Eric Garcetti, who said the best defense is preparation.
They didn't exactly predict the Skirball and the Creek fires, but the Forest Service knew it could happen. The Santa Ana Wildfire Threat Index was off the charts, with the color code purple, a never-used color on a scale based on moisture levels, vegetation, and weather models, including wind speed. Based on that and erring on the side of caution, authorities ordered the mass evacuations here because conditions were similar to Northern California's October fires that killed 44.
To everybody who has been out of their home, it was the right place to be and a safe place to be.
And if they knew it could happen, they also knew how it could happen. On Eyewitness Newsmakers, LA Mayor Garcetti said under red flag alerts, police look for sources of sparks, like campfires.
Well, we do a lot to make sure, for instance, that we go out, look at encampments where people are, and make people come in from those encampments who might be homeless and living in the canyons.
Why not say, not urge people out of the canyons, order them out of canyons, so that there isn't that risk.
And we do. We had Homeless Services Authority workers doing exactly that even before these fires started. Same thing we do on the riverbanks when we know there's going to be floodings.
But in these
out the neighborhoods as we travel through Ventura County, home after home burned down, nothing but chimneys left, and in so many cases you see the front walks. You know, I saw a sign of one couple's garden with their names on it, but then nothing left. And it's sort of extraordinary. Every time we come and cover these wildfires, how you'll see a house completely standing and then the next 3 or 4 completely wiped out. Michelle, I did just talk with the fire chief here in Ventura County, Mark Lorenzen. He's been on the fire force for 27 years, and he told us some stark things late this afternoon. First of all, that figure that we've been talking about, your team has been reporting it too, about 150 structures here in Ventura County alone, homes, apartment buildings, even a hospital. He says that number will likely go much higher because they have assessment teams, damage teams out assessing what they're seeing right now. He expects that number to go higher. And one more thing the fire chief told me, Michelle, when I asked when will this be over, he said, unfortunately, David, I think the fires could still be burning perhaps even by Christmas because he sees no discernible rain in the forecast. And he said once the Santa Ana winds let up, then you got to deal with the onshore winds.
David, as you know, at least 150 structures have burned in the area where you are. Have you been able to talk to some of the residents? How are they coping, especially with the holidays right around the corner?
Well, it is just devastating, particularly the timing of these fires. The fire chief, I asked about how late in the season this is, and he said, you know, typically we would say that this is very late in the season, but it's become the norm here in Southern California because of the years of drought. And, you know, when you go around these neighborhoods, a lot of the families have come, assessed the damage, and have now left, which is quite sad. You still see the Christmas lights up on the bushes that remain and what does remain in front of these homes, even where places where the homes are completely burned to the ground. But we did see one family, the Thompson family, Hannah and Haley, their daughters, and they were down at the command center where all of the firefighters are now gathered at the fairground, the state fairground here in Ventura County. And they were actually handing out sandwiches, and the firefighters suddenly had giant smiles on their faces. So, you know, when you ask about the holidays approaching, I think a lot of people here are staying strong and are certainly remembering that these firefighters are hard at work.
David Muir, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best as you continue to cover the fires for us here on ABC. And David,
it's gonna be sad, at the judgment down at the judgment bar. At the judgment bar. Gonna be sad. the judgment bar. Oh, listen to me. At the judgment bar. Gonna be sad. Down at the judgment bar. they're gonna be smiling and say,